Abby, you were saying how there was already too many chicks involved with this production, too many chicks involved with this production, too many chicks involved with this production, too many chicks involved with this production.
The word in question is basically like the N-word. It is one of the most offensive and harmful racial slurs you can call an East Asian person.
Hey, no.
Whoa.
Taiwanese mother.
Social media little you're a little
Whoa. Hey, say it to my face.
And like the N-word, its usage is driven by racism and xenophobia, and it carries with it a legacy of violence and dehumanization. I was 14 when I was first called the C-word. I was walking home after school, and I guess my existence offended them. That was a long time ago, and over the years, people have been becoming kinder to each other, and we understood there are lines you do not cross. For example, back in 2012, there was global outrage when ESPN ran with this headline. After Asian American basketball player Jeremy Lin had a bad game, the headline was removed after 35 minutes, and the editor responsible was fired. Another victory for humanity. Now, of course, there will always be racist idiots using the C-word. But even they know the significance of that word. And we haven't really had many examples of high-profile people using it. Not even Johnny Somali. Mr. I want to exterminate all Asians.
I hate Asians. I think all Asians need to be exterminated.
Yes, not even Johnny has used the C-word. So imagine my disbelief when I saw a massive YouTube channel hosted by 5 people who used to be a part of another massive YouTube channel use the C-word in their video that's sponsored by ExpressVPN and fully monetized by YouTube. And when people started pointing it out, instead of fixing it, they doubled down on it, putting love hearts on comments calling it crazy racism and saying how funny it was, which means they thought their joke about there being too many women working on the show.
Abby, you were saying how there was already too many chicks involved with this production. I think, we need to get rid of one more.
You're right, that is my motto. I actually think there should be no chicks.
It's better now because it can also be a joke about there being too many dirty Asians working on the show. I used my platform to bring attention to it, and other people did so too, including their very own audience. And after continuing to make light of the situation for 3 days, they finally did something about the C-word in their video. Now, you might be thinking they took down the video, apologized for being insensitive, and promised to be more careful moving forward. Well, you would be incorrect, because it got even better. They blurred out the word, deleted all comments mentioning them using the word, and now they are pretending like it never happened. Gaslighting indeed. The jokes write themselves. But don't worry, I took many pictures, screen recordings, evidence. Because I knew this would happen. They are following the typical racism playbook of number 1, being racist. Number 2, making light of racism when people become aware of it. Number 3, denying it was racist when people push back against them. Number 4, start deleting evidence because they know they messed up. Number 5, start gaslighting and pretend it never happened. And number 6, hope no one ever mentions it again. Remember, this isn't about another one of their 500 stupid Asian jokes where the punchline is, it's funny because it's Asian.
I'm Asian. I'm so Asian. My pronouns are he.
This is about using one of the most disgusting racial slurs, treating it like a joke, and hiding the evidence afterwards. Just imagine if this guy said naggers, pronouncing it like the hard R, and they had the N-word in the captions instead of naggers. There is no chance the video gets released, and no chance they treat it like a joke afterwards. There are a few more steps they might take from the racism playbook. For example, they might start pretending to be the victim, completely ignoring the fact this all started because of their own actions. Or they might cry about how there's no freedom of speech, and then use the good old "don't be so sensitive, snowflakes, comedy can't be racist." Speaking of free speech, when someone complains about free speech after doing something hateful, they don't really care about free speech. They just don't like it when you stand up to their shit. What they want is to be able to say or do whatever they like, without facing any consequences. Don't allow them to gaslight you. Freedom of speech is not the same as freedom from consequences. You can say or do whatever you want. You can go annoy bloody Mike Tyson if you wanted.
This crazy, bro. Mike Tyson.
But you should expect to receive consequences, rightfully so. And the whole don't be so sensitive argument, really think about it. Why is it always the person on the receiving end of hate who has to be the bigger person? Let's stop normalizing that and punish the people spreading hate instead. But I hope instead of digging a deeper hole for themselves, they choose to do the right thing. Acknowledge they made a mistake and crossed a line that shouldn't be crossed. But based on their actions so far, it's clear to me they don't think they did anything wrong. And even if they apologize now, it will just be for damage control.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
Which is unfortunate because, like it or not, these popular social media personalities help shape societal norms and influence people's opinions, especially for young people. I'm pretty irrelevant in the grand scheme of things, yet even my videos have helped people question racist beliefs and ideologies they were forced to inherit due to their social environment. Likewise, I'm sure there are plenty of OG crew fans who now think racism against Asians is no big deal, just one big joke. But the real joke is, if we look at the people on the show. First of all, one of them has pronouns in their public account. How are you so progressive? You care about everyone's pronouns, but you're fine with the racial slur. Be whoever you want to be, express yourself, be comfortable in your own skin. I'm your emotional support neurodivergent. But if you are a dirty Asian, instead of identifying as she and her, you should identify as a joke. Next we have, oh, give me a break. Be kind, love hard. Oh, be kind to each other. But those Asians, am I right? Hashtag peace, hashtag love is love. Very suitable profile picture choice. Since you guys are trying to cover up everything and all, keep everyone in the dark. Now you, my guy, I genuinely feel sorry for you, dude. You really got by whoever thought having the C word in the captions was funny. Because it's impossible now for people to discuss this issue without seeing your face. Which is a shame. You're actually funny when you're doing your own thing. Okay, now this guy, another minority who has been the target of many racial slurs over his lifetime. But hey, if the racial slur is not against him personally, then it's a joke. Ha, so funny. Finally, we have this guy. How does it feel to know your friends respect you so little? They are giggling about the most disgusting racial slur someone can call you. Would they even have your back if someone called you the C word? But then again, I'm not surprised since half the point of you being on the show is to make Asian jokes and be the embodiment of every negative Asian stereotype. Your fans like you because you make them feel better about themselves and you give them permission to laugh at Asians. I just hope your kids don't have to suffer from all the you helped create. Now, I guarantee there will be people who think I went too far just now, but will still be completely okay with their favorite creators treating a racial slur like a joke and trying to hide the evidence afterwards, which shows you how little empathy these people have and how little they care about people who have and will suffer from what this disgusting racial slur represents. All that pain, violence, suffering, death, just a complete joke to them. And come on guys, trying to sweep everything under the rug. Did you all really think you'll be able to get away with it? I mentioned in my previous video, even the biggest racist is scared to use the N-word, and that's because you will be physically confronted, socially ostracized, and lose your career. The black community has done a fantastic job of educating and dishing out justified consequences, but the Asian community is so divided and we don't take things far enough. The paradox of tolerance is in full effect. We are way too tolerant of people who are intolerant towards us. And if you are an Asian in the West, you know all about negative Asian stereotypes. Weak, meek, submissive, pushovers. We are viewed as easy targets, and regardless of whether that's true or not, it's resulting in very real harmful consequences for all Asians. Are you not sick of seeing Asians getting bashed, assaulted, just for existing? The only way for us to start changing that is by delivering justified consequences when people are hateful towards us. Because there are people out there who words alone will never reach.
You Chinese. You.
Look, when people who are so progressive, they are worried about pronouns, are treating the C word like a joke, it means we fucked up. We have allowed ourselves to become everyone's punching bags. The standards for Asian jokes made by non-Asians in the West is already garbage.
Oh, my dad rock this. He always tell me, oh girl, you know Bobby ate shit?
Oh, like it's so like I'm starting up a car.
Japanese.
I go, oh, no, don't you?
Public housing for all the homeless crack. We're gonna scoop them up Like a China, put them in a building, make them do the fentanyl behind the closed door.
That means you Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
得老大，低老母，死老大，
自殺
報道啦，刀老鼻。
Let's not allow this line to be crossed too. Being respectful doesn't mean letting people disrespect you. Being kind doesn't mean letting people push you around. Being a good person doesn't mean avoiding conflict. And we simply cannot allow bigots to hide behind "it's just a joke, bro" without limits, especially when the joke in question is just a racial slur. Everything I have said on this channel is constantly being proven correct time and time again. The only way forward is collective action, putting aside our differences, combining our strength and resources to fight back against racism. Imagine all the positive changes we would be able to create if all of us just did 1% more. And if not for yourself, then for your children. Fight for a future where they are judged not by their race, but by their actions and the strength of their character.